Hello everyone, hey, how you doing? Today I'm going to start kind of a little new thing here. I get questions about people who ask me on how I get so many games, tips, stuff like that. Obviously, aside from obvious things like having, a decent job, if you get like $50 a week, then yeah, obviously kind of sucks. If you get like 150 at least a week or more, you have at least something decent of that. Obviously, bills and that. But before like other parts will cover other different ways, like ways to save money, places to look, ways to do stuff. I kind of want to focus on one question and kind of some of these things varying on what you know, and that some of it will be common sense and not common sense. So try not to take offense if I'm like saying, "Hey, stupid people." No, I'm not saying that. But I mean, I'm just sometimes certain things ain't obvious to some people. So. First, I want to address one question. One question was, what is the most money I ever spent on a game? And, while now you can get like these big collectors sets for like $100+ nowadays, I've yet to ever get one of those. So I haven't ever like done something like that. But if I did, I wouldn't say that qualifies, because I would assume the person's probably asking more about like rare titles. So that I'm gonna go and kind of readjust the question for, because technically it still qualifies because it is the most money I've spent on a individual game, but I think it makes more sense as a used secondary, secondhand kind of thing. And that would of course be Earthbound for the Super Nintendo. That is the most expensive thing I ever spent money on. Not necessarily the rarest thing I own, though, but it's definitely what I spent the most money on. I spent $80 to get Earthbound, and as most people probably know with how the price is with Earthbound, that's not too bad. I mean, $60 is usually generally for a new game, and Earthbound is solely an awesome game, and it's usually 200+, but these days it looks like it's going down a little bit, but it's still $100+. But, and this is something I want to go over about. So, looking, if you don't mind me getting my camera adjusted here. So, we're here looking on eBay, and it's going for at least between 120. Well, this is 94, but it's going for a good bit of 120 to 180ish. Damn, there's actually a few going down there. It's quite possible some of these prices could be effects from the Virtual Console game, because Chrono Trigger on the Super Nintendo used to be worth a lot. Let's take a look at what it's worth now. Let's see. 76, 50, 76. Dang. Now that guy really wants to freaking... Yeah, he better be free ass shipping for that much. Yeah, it looks like Chrono Trigger still demands a bit of money still. But I know that used to be 200+ kind of game thing there too. And you see on Amazon... On Amazon, Earthbound has 38 offers. We got move the camera over a little bit more. Got 151's the lowest, and a lot of 70s, 80s. Good bit there. Now, mainly what I want to detail about this is I want to talk about knowing how to tell what's going to become more pricey over what's not. Now, as you can see here, I'm showing Halo. And you might be like, why are you showing Halo? Halo and Grand Theft Auto are probably some of the best examples I could show about this. Oh, look, Mr. Mosquito, let's go to Hawaii. I wonder why that's there. Probably no reason at all. Don't mind that. Don't mind that at all. GTA 3 or 4. Yeah, actually, let's take a look at 3, 4. I mean, look at 4. Hell, brand new, it's cheap. But, I mean, look at used. Used over here, we can see going for 6, 5, $2. Let's take a look at GTA 3 here. GTA 3 for the PlayStation 1. 1 penny. 1 freaking penny. 2 pennies. 3 pennies. 4.32 free shipping. My goodness. 1 penny with $4.64. I mean, you can basically get a copy of it for $5. And then you saw Halo here. Halo 4, $10.29. Halo 3, $1.99. Combat Evolved Anniversary, which is a remake of Halo 1, for $8.72. Halo Reach, $2. The original Halo, 52 cents. Now, why is this relevant? This is because these are one of the most important things to keep in mind when it comes to rarity is demand and word of mouth. Earthbound is really well known and everything as a really great RPG, word of mouth, and a lot of copies weren't sold in America, hence a low population of carts. I mean, there's a decent handful of them, but and then there's the third element that became much more prominent as the internet rose and collecting with video games rose, and that third element is people who, does that say a Halo sleep sack? Anyway, that third element is people who basically go on eBay and just like, oh, I'm going to find every copy of Action 51, buy them all, and I'll corner the market, sell them for $999. That kind of thing is like, see, was it Action? Is it 52? See if that pops up, maybe. Action, yeah, it's 52. $249.99. Oh my goodness, that's insanity. You wonder why a lot of the really, like, those really good games, like Mr. Gimmick. Mr. Gimmick's an awesome NES game. It's such a shame that never came to America, but there's reasons why a lot of really shitty games, or more prominently, some of the rarer, because the lack of interest made low copies be available, and just word of mouth. You know, the notoriety of Action 52 is like so well known on the internet. If you like a common person on YouTube, how the hell you haven't heard of Action 52 is like beyond me. That would just be insane. PC version, $1.15 for that. But so you want to keep in mind, for one thing, is how popular a title is. Stuff like Halo, GTA, and that have huge freaking, I mean, you know why Mario Super... You want to know why Super Mario... Not new, original, damn it. You know why the original Super Mario Brothers is so fucking cheap? Hell, in like mom and pop stores, it's fucking, you're lucky to ever see it over like $5. I'm kind of surprised it's actually $7.99 used. But then look how many people, let's see how many people are actually offering. Let's see, 8, 7, 9, 9, 9, 9, we got like 9. Let's skip to like 4 here. See, ooh, we actually got some people trying to get a little cash off you. I'm kind of surprised. That's actually a little more than I thought. I barely ever see that beyond $5 in like a mom and pop store. But the thing is, it was a packing game for the system for a good, huge majority of the life. And, you know, actually, when you really think about it, that was the Super Mario Brothers Duck Hunt. Let's see if there's any difference there. Oh, wow, looky there. So, actually, there's actually some more value in the simple black box version. The double cut, wow. That's actually kind of interesting. Got a lot of 2 1s, few 3s in there. Going to 4. So, yeah, that's something to keep in mind. Even with modern day releases. What's a good example here? Where's my wish list? Be aware of my wish list. There's a lot of stuff I need to remove from my wish list. So, don't like look at it and just be like, see, I already had the Wizard of Oz. It's still on there. It's a lot cheaper nowadays, though. Rule of Rose was a very limited game, but that ain't too modern. What's something a lot more modern that we could use as an example, if I even have anything? Let's see. Let's skip around here. A bowling as Blob used to be actually kind of costly on the Wii. That's actually went down. That's actually a little shocking. I've been wanting to get that for a while. I might actually have to hop on the shop wagon there. Let's see. I'm not really seeing anything too modern at the moment. Ooh, and the StarCraft that StarCraft expansion I don't have actually went down. Oh, I can get that off though too, but yeah, I'm getting a little sidetracked, I guess. I can't find a good example, but really, the more niche the game is likely to be, obviously, it's more likely that it's going to get jacked up over time. Look at Phoenix White. When Phoenix White 1, when that came out, Capcom did such a limited release to that, and it became like this underground hit that tons of fucking people just fucking wanted it, and there was this huge demand for it, and people took advantage of that, selling it for several $100s online for huge amounts more than it was even worth. It was crazy. It really was crazy. And B-52? What the hell is that? Action 52 on the Sega Genesis. Oops, sorry. $139. Cheetah Man 2. $399. Oh my goodness, I tell you, some of this shit's crazy. It's fucking crazy, I tell you. But, and, you know, like I said, a lot of this is probably more common sense for most people, but, you know, some people don't really think about it. And that's one reason why I'm more likely to help small companies or unknown companies versus stuff like Rockstar and such, because they're always these huge established... I mean, look, GTA 5 sold 1 billion copies within like 2 days of the game coming out. It already reported 1 billion copies being sold. Like, it already made all its fucking money back in its making and shit. It was crazy. And like, you know, they don't need my one immediate sell to help them keep afloat. You know, there's a lot of those smaller companies that need a lot more help. And that's why I feel a lot more need to help niche companies. And, well, like I said, you know, like, what I'm trying to say is, you know, niche stuff. Man, even the trio pack one's fucking cheap as hell, but usually it really helps if you're a collector or somebody trying to avoid missing out on a game that's going to be really expensive down the road. It's really good, in my opinion, to stick with niche more. Instruction manuals? Really? We're selling instruction manuals on Amazon. That's a new one. But, some people, like said, they don't always think about that. And, it happens. Like, what's a good example of, I'm trying to think of, what's a good example of something? Super Fighter Team. I know when Super Fighter Team released, like, Star Odyssey, I wonder if we can find Star Odyssey on the, Amazon and that. Let's take a look. Let's see if it's on now. I know when Star Odyssey and that came out. Let's see. Don't see anything on there. There's probably a good chance of seeing it on eBay, though. I heard that it was selling for a shitload of money. Let's see. Sega Genesis. Ooh, that must be the Japanese cover. Interesting. Oh, wait, no. That's a different title. Actually, that I think about it, I think I actually have that. Just the loose caught. Interesting. Don't even see one. Bagel Prince is a title that they also did. Oh, look at that. There now. Bagel Prince has been something that's been out of print on their site for ages. See, like, you can go to the order page, but it'll tell you it's been sold out for ages. If it'll load. Loading. The following loading is brought to you by something. Why that's loading, let's take a look at this stuff. 249, 299. Well, shit, that's a Chinese version. That's an actual version that came out during the Sega Genesis life. $499. That shit is crazy. Why the hell are you not working quickly, you? There we go. Yeah, see, it's been sold out since the 1st of May 2006. It was one of the first physical releases. In case you don't know anything about Super Fighter Team, they basically do physical releases of a lot of old games. Like Nightmare Busters is one of the newest ones that's going to be coming out, and I think they're actually allowing. Oh yes, they just started allowing a new batch of orders. 68 for the United States and 75 for anyone else. It's a Super Nintendo title. It looked very, very interesting. I can actually show you some pictures here if you want. It's kind of like a side-scroll Contra-ish game. It don't seem to really have multiple layers going up and down. It's really just side to side. You can't shoots out cards and stuff, so it looks very nice to me. And it's a two-player game, too. It can be played with two players, which is very, very nice. So, maybe you might actually be interested in that. But let's see. Let's try looking up this one. I have not actually started a actual Let's Play or anything of that. Well, that's a good game, but that's not what we're trying to find here. Let's add Genesis on now. And can't even find any. I don't know why Robotech comes up. That's pretty odd. Ooh, Snatchel. Oh, now there's a game I'd really want. Ooh, Mega CD. That's the that's what the Sega CD's called in Japan, right? Ooh, I might actually. Someone has watched this item for the past 24 hours. Willie, eBay, Willie, you do that now? Yeah, look, there's the American version with a light gun. 240. That's one of the last Sega CD games I really want. I got pretty much. What the? Sealed? $2,999. these it's if you really want to avoid these kind of problems, you really have to identify niche games and that. And something that really helps a lot is just really word of mouth. Like Action 52, I don't think Action 52 would have been anywhere close to what it would have been like now if nobody even really known about it. Because, I mean, there's a lot of shitty and low print games on the NES. Let's just kind of look through some stuff. I mean, they're all bad games that ain't millions and millions of copies. We're not seeing a lot of unknown games here. We're seeing some pretty common ones. Man, brand new, $399. Sheesh. Tell you, I don't know what people buy some of this Really? $1,499. Oh my goodness, sealed. But I mean, you see, the used prices are still all right though. But well, sadly, a lot of old games are what suffer from this though. Not too many new games suffer from it unless they do stuff like Super Fighter Team and what Victor has done with like Class of Heroes 2, and Ghostlight is also basically done the same thing. With I believe I already talked about this in one of my other videos. I was really disappointed to hear that this game was released by UFO in America. They actually, Ghostlight and PAL Regions actually did a limited 800 physical versions of this game. And I was just like, I don't know anyone who talked about this at all. Not even like Operation Rainfall. I was just so fucking stricken and sad because that was a physical English version. I mean, it was in PAL, but you know what I mean. It was the text and shit's in English. And I could see this possibly being really fucking weird. The Japanese version and even its sequels are pretty cheap, but this actually has high potential. This could be quite easily the rarest PSP in English, PSP physical English game, possibly. 800 copies. 800 copies. That is such a low amount. And, it's a lot of these things usually just become really rare collector's shit. That's a Atari Linux game they did. I never got one of those things before. But basically, the point of this is just to keep an eye on how a game does and stuff. You kind of get a feel with publishers and that, and how they usually act with businesses and that. And if you're in a situation with me, well, you're not too disturbed about getting like a PAL version or something or that. You want to also keep an eye on other companies too, because sometimes, especially lately, Ghostlight has done that, and some other company is taking Xseed's version of a 3DS fighter game and making a physical version of that. Why we in America don't get that, and that seems to be something that's going on a lot lately. So it's really important to kind of identify the kind of activities some places doing that. It's very important to try and save your money, obviously. But luckily, not a whole lot of modern shit usually suffers that problem. Oh, you Suikoden 5. I sure bought you when you fucking first came out, but no, I was just like, I can't stand seeing you possibly being worse than 4. That was so sad. I hear 5 was pretty good, though. I remember Steambot Chronicles used to be very well. Don't ask why there's Pokemon comics in here. I was just randomly browsing through shit. That one's still worth a lot, actually. I was randomly browsing through shit, and these used to all be like $200. So I actually added them to my wish list so I could actually show them to Alan, because I just couldn't believe that. That just seemed like so much freaking money. It was just unbelievable. Oh my goodness. Yeah, 5 cents. That's about how much I would pay for that. It's really tough to see what becomes whale in that. It can be tough. It can definitely be tough to see what stuff becomes whale in that. I like to think I got a good chunk of stuff that's really whale. What the hell? Why does that have some other games cover there? See, that's the cover. What the hell? Who the hell? Somebody must be trolling that place. That's not even the right image for that. I'm surprised Project X Zone, considering it's a limited release, hasn't became whale. Or unless this is like the like an additional. I guess because it doesn't have the limited thing on the box, so I'm assuming they made more copies, I guess. But I was expecting that to really become fucking something limited. I'm also actually expecting this to become something that becomes a little wearable. But the kind of reviews and that. See, a good game and bad game doesn't always necessarily mean it's going to become cheaper. The older the game gets, the more likelihood that it could possibly become whale. I mean, after all, look at half the games that are fucking worth a fortune on the NES. Many of them are shit, or just like the Nintendo World Tournament cart thing that was used for that contest where it has Mario, Tetris, and Wad Racer on it. I mean, not to say those games are shit, but that's just kind of a weird modified minigame thing of all three of those games. And I mean, that's not like some worthwhile game, it's just incredibly rare and shit. And that's stuff you have to keep in mind. But anyway, I probably rattled on way too long here, so let me kind of get this focused back. So, that's just some general stuff. That's probably common sense to most people, though, really. But it is, if definitely you want to avoid being screwed out of something that's well expensive and that, you just have to kind of use your noggin to really adjust whether you should get that like now or wait. Because I mean, that's exactly why I don't get stuff like Grand Theft Auto and shit on day one very often, unless, hey, camera, focus. That's definitely why I don't get that. Not that I don't buy them new. Like, I bought GTA 4, actually not too far from its release date. Because I actually was digging the characters for that one. Nico Bellic's pretty interesting character, actually. But I got in every Halo game except OSTD used. That was the only Halo game I ever bought new. And, of course, you would figure it'd be the one that's only 2 hours long for $60. Really, Bungie, or Microsoft, or whoever's idea that was, really needed to Born in Hell. But, yeah. So, other episodes of this will basically be talking about tips, ideas, ways to try and save some money of that. And I hope some people might like some of the series. It's basically going to be, I'm still kind of thinking of a title, but I'm thinking something like along the lines of being the cheap-ass game or cheap tips or something like that. I don't know. But, yeah, I just kind of wanted to go with that as a first thing. And other videos, like I said, we'll just cover ideas, tips, places, things to check out. Online tips. Online has become a battlefield of horrible things. Like I said, those people would be like, oh look, Action 51, I'll just buy every single one of those and we sell them all for $700 each. It's really quite horrible that some people actually do that shit. That's really actually one of the reasons I really detest reseller types. I mean, I understand getting a little profit, but damn, there's just insanity out there. And then, of course, you got frauds and fakes and all the shit of people making new copies that are illegal, and people buy them or get them or make them the intention of trying to fool people. Like, you ever look up Mother One on eBay? Some of that shit's fucking bullshit. But anyway, I better end this video here. It's probably way too long by now. Thank you for sticking so long to this if you have, and I hope you look forward to the videos. So until next time,